Last year, the boys definitely win this game. But as we've all very clearly learned, this is not last year. I'm Jake, I can't skate, and this is a Flames hockey game day recap. Good guys lose 4-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Lots of good came out of this game. Lots of stuff you probably could want to parlay on. And lots of the same old frustration. And let's start with the frustration, because under a minute in, there's a turnover at our offensive blue line. John Tavares gets it to Willie Nylander, who had a day. And Willie gets a breakaway, puts it by Dustin Wolf 35 seconds in, and the Leafs have a very early lead. First period, Flames are probably the better team, but generate less than you would hope in a period where the shots end 7-3 for Calgary. I can't really think in the first period of any 10 Bell chances that Wall had to deal with, but territorially, the Flames were in control, but the Leafs were more opportunistic. That did not last in the second period. The Leafs come out with their skating legs. The Flames are a step behind, and it shows up on the scoreboard. 7 minutes in, after a bit of a leg burner, Willie Nylander gets it behind the net, throws it out front to a wide open Matthias Michelli. It's 2-0. And then just 2 minutes later, another dominant shift by the Leafs. Austin Matthews gets stopped. So does Willie Nylander. 2 excellent saves by Dustin Wolf. He was keeping the Flames in the game at this point because we were leaking oil. Leafs were generating a ton of scoring chances, but when you get 3 grade A chances in a row in under 20 seconds, one of them's going to go in. And Willie Nylander gets it to Troy Stetcher, who makes it 3-0 Leafs. Now, in a predictable Flames fashion, this wakes up the team, and the comeback begins. And Nazem Kadri, on a breakout pass from Joel Farabee, comes in down the wing, absolutely rips it top corner. This is not stoppable by anybody, and the game is 3-1. Nazem Kadri keeps the momentum going. The next shift he's on, 2 minutes later. Forecheck's working. Flames are cycling. Kadri throws it in front to Farabee this time. It hits Farabee and the skating goes in. And despite leaking oil for most of the second period, the Flames are in the game. It's 3-2. And here's where I say that in any other season in recent years where the Flames are doing a major comeback, this game ends up tied and the Flames probably win it because they're pressing to tie this game most of the third period. They're the better team. They're getting the chances, especially late. And there's 2 in particular. First, the one that's the thumbnail for this video. Puck gets dumped in. Joseph Woll comes out to play it. It's a bit of a funny bounce, bit of a flub. It goes right in front of the net where Adam Klapka is waiting for it. All Justin Woll can do is throw his stick at it, and he makes the save on Adam Klapka. Are you kidding me? I actually said, how is the game not tied? Verbally, while watching this. Little did I know that was only gonna be one of two miraculous events, because 1 minute or so later, we get a Matt Coronado shot hitting the post, bouncing up off the post, hitting the crossbar, bouncing straight down, hitting the goal line, and it looks like it's gonna get tapped in, but the Leafs make a goal line stop, and it stays 3-2. This is a 1 in a million play. It's like that Mason McTavish save at the World Juniors. The Flames should tie the game late. They don't. And with the net empty, Bobby McMahon scores to make it 4-2. And the Flames lose. From one perspective, that's helpful. And from another, man, has the season been frustrating. To quote Any Given Sunday, the inches we need are everywhere around us, but the inches are not going our way. The Calgary Flames have been inched to death this season. Sometimes it's been bad hockey. But you can look at pretty much any given game, with the exception of a handful, and point to at least one or two plays where if the puck goes in, a shot gets blocked, the goalie gets more of it than he did in reality, and the momentum and ultimately the score of that game changes. And so does the record of the team, and potentially how the season is going. Unfortunately, this is how the inches are breaking. This is the season we have, and I feel for those guys. It has to be frustrating. It really does. Now on to the predictable part. If Flames and Leaf fans could have told you anything going into this game, it's that Nazem Kadri, William Nylander, and Troy Stecher would have all scored. The Calgary Flames and Leafs connections are so strong with all three of those guys. You could have put a parlay down no matter the odds, and you would have been correct. And I think that's hilarious that seems to be a common thread between Flames and Leafs fandom. On another note, Zane Parekh played over 20 minutes. He was pretty good. He had one turnover which led to a breakaway. Wolfie stopped the breakaway, so no harm, no foul. But he was moving the puck well. He was skating well. He looks like he's having fun and much more confident. And it's great to see. The Flames apparently have talked a lot about load management. This came up at intermission. It worked for Leo Carlson in Anaheim. Ideally, if the CBA worked a little different, if Zane Parekh was 1 year younger and he came into the organization 1 year later, he would have hit when the CBA allowed for 19-year-olds in the AHL. Unfortunately, it didn't, so the Flames are having to plan very carefully what Zane's progression looks like. I haven't loved every part of the plan so far, but based on this game, if the rest of the season plays out that way, I will be, I think, very happy with the ultimate result. One last thing before I go. Kindly, can we stop psychoanalyzing everything Zane says? There's already a faction of the fan base turning against the guy because of some comments a 19-year-old made at an interview at the World Juniors where he was the star defenseman and not a development piece. Was it the most polished thing said in front of a camera? No. Was it ideal? No. Should we infer that he's got an irreparable attitude problem, or that the Flames are destroying his personality? Also, no. The boy is 19. Let him be, and let him mature on his own. Let me know what you think about the game, about any of what's happening with Zane Parekh. Do all the YouTube things. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, go Flames. Only 27 more to go.